Hey guys, I had a couple of requests on how I made my paper rosebuds, and it's these right here. So I have two different styles. This one right here looks a lot more plain, and you can see the petals are a lot more straight. That's the way the top looks, and this one looks way more realistic. So I'm going to show you guys how to make them. Well, how to make this one, and I'll tell you how I made this. It's just one extra step, and it's super simple. So let's get started. What you're going to need is this punch right here, and I don't want the glare to show, so it's this EK Success punch, and it's the 1-inch 5-petal flower punch. So you can see EK Success down there. So you're going to need that, and then this punch as well, that's also from EK Success, and it's I think like 1/2 inch. So yeah, the 1/2 inch 5-petal flower punch. Okay. And you're going to need the tip of your paintbrush so that you can curve the petals of your flowers, and a piece of metal or wire. So a piece of wire, and then a stick pin or a needle, something that you can poke your flowers with. And of course your hot glue gun. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is punch out 3 of the 1-inch 5-petal flowers using your punch, or if you know how to cut it out, you can do that too. So yeah, just 3 of those from cardstock or pattern paper, and then punch out one of these in a green color, because this is going to be the green part of the rosebud, the leaf part. I'm not sure what this is called, so I'm just going to call it the leaf part of your rosebud. Okay, and so yeah, now you're just going to stack up your flowers like this, and you guys know that I love making my flowers, so I'm like always trying to find the fastest way to make them. So what I do is I stack them all together, and now that you have it stacked together, just poke a hole through the center of all 3 of the flowers, just like that, and then keep them together. Take your paintbrush, the tip of it, and just curve your petals around the paintbrush. So just keep doing that to all 5 of the petals. And oh yeah, also poke a hole through the small green one too. Okay, now that you have that, okay, like I said, if you want this look right here, the realistic rosebud, let me try to, okay, if you want this look, just take your petals and damp them with a bit of water, and then just crumple them up, and you can use your heat gun to, dry them off, or you can just let them air dry, it doesn't matter. So that's all you're going to do for that extra step. Okay, now just take one of your flowers right here and feed the wire through the back of your flower, just like that, and just have about that much sticking out. You guys can see that. And I have to say that I think the best, well, for me, because I always make my flowers, they're always handmade, so I love using or I prefer using a low temp glue gun than a high temp, because I don't burn my fingers or nothing, and I can touch the glue a lot easier. Okay, so now that you have that, just hold it there for a second, and then just add a bit of hot glue. Kind of put too much. So yeah, once you have that glue there, I like to just take my thumb and press it down so that the wire is stuck onto the flower. Okay? Let me get these glue strings off really quick. Okay, now that you have that, go ahead, and you see your wires like this, you want it to be straight. So go ahead and straighten that out, just like that. Okay, now we're going to start making the center of our rosebud. Sorry, I'm trying to focus it at the same time. Alright, so what I'm going to do is take one petal, and I'm going to skip this petal and take this other petal, so these 2 right here, and I'm just going to connect them like this. Okay, so you can add a bit of hot glue right here and just connect it to this petal right there. So let me just do that real quick. You just need a little bit, you don't need a lot. Sorry, I know it's blurry right now, let me focus. Okay. And now that I have that attached, I just like to just go like this, and then I add my glue right here and just stick it up like that. Adhere it to the center. So just a bit of glue, just like that, and hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. And just stick it up to the center like that. Okay, I'm getting glue everywhere. Okay. Okay, that's not, hold up. Let me, wow, I'm like being so messy right now. Sorry about this. Okay, and do the same thing with this last petal. Just add some glue and stick it up like this. You guys can see I'm trying to do this sideways, so I'm trying to like twist and turn my body so that I'm not all sideways in the video. Okay, so this is what you're going to end up with for the start of your rosebud. And now just keep doing that. So go ahead and feed your second flower petal and stagger the petals by having, you guys can see the points, like here's a point and right there, the points on the rosebud. Have those points on each of the flower petals of the next one. You see? This point is lined up with this flower petal. So that's how you're going to stagger it. And, okay, so I'm just going to add just a bit of glue to my flower petals. And just in the center, or in the middle of the flower petal is fine. And just stick it up like that. So, just keep doing that. Let me just leave my glue gun right here. I keep panning off camera because I'm trying to reach for it. Okay. Just like that. Let me focus. Okay, and now for the last flower. Go ahead and feed that through the wire. Have it meet up, stagger your petals. Align the points with each of the petals. And then just add your glue to the center of the petals. The last two. So yeah, if you like to make your own flowers, I suggest using a low temp glue gun. It works a lot better for me because I did have a high temp glue gun, but it didn't work for me. I kept burning my fingers. And it took like a long time for it to dry, and I couldn't like touch it or nothing. Okay, so here's your, basically your rosebud, and you can keep them, you know, keep the petals together, or if you want, you can just mess with it and like pull them apart a little bit so they can look more realistic. It's really up to you how you want your rosebud to look like. So I think I'm fine with that. Okay, now the last step is the leaf part, this little green flower right here. Just gonna feed that through my wire and go ahead and add just a bit of glue to the petals so that I can stick it on my rosebud, just like that. So let me do the last two real quick. Oh snap. Oh man, it's getting all messy. Okay, so yeah, this is your rosebud. This is how it's gonna look. So yeah, that's a basic idea of how to make a tiny little rosebud, and I guess you can use punches that are a bit bigger than an inch, but it's really up to you how big you want your rosebud to be. So yeah, I hope you guys found this tutorial helpful, and hopefully you guys give it a try, and if you do, go ahead and, you can message me or leave me a comment saying that you made some and you used it on a project, because I would really love to see them how you guys made them and how you incorporated them in your project. So yep, thanks a bunch for watching, you guys, and I'll talk to you later.